Dovydas Macys is a 27-year-old YouTube creator best known for formerly being the top content creator for the MMORPG RuneScape. Since he began playing, he has accumulated over 35,000 hours of in-game time spread through all of his accounts, won several awards while simultaneously being flown out to Jagex headquarters in England to meet the developers of RuneScape, and was given possibly the highest symbol of trust for any regular player by becoming a player moderator. Soon after, things would take a dark turn, which may or may not have been attributed to his unhealthy habits of playing 16 hours a day and deprivation of what some would consider a fulfilling social life, as he would soon lose his player moderator status alongside symbolically losing the support of Jagex, which would lead him to receive a total of 4 bans and be the center of several controversies, most focusing on his questionable sponsorships and how he decided to advertise them. But forming a conclusion into what might have gone wrong wouldn't be fair without telling his full story. So let's go back to late 2004. While attending IDAS Middle School, 14-year-old Dovydas was introduced to RuneScape through his classmates during a computer class. It was here that he would create his first account, Dovydas77, and would later on at only level 64 combat receive his first ban for what he describes as password scamming. After this ban, he would go on to make another account under the username Pagalpa02, and with this account, Dovydas would begin paying for membership, further increasing his interest in RuneScape. 3 years later, on May 13, 2009, the EraserGaming YouTube channel was created. Eraser, as that was a standard username Dovydas would use for most online games, and gaming because that's what his channel was primarily focused on. Contrary to popular belief, Dovydas would not begin with uploading RuneScape videos, but instead with footage of PlayStation 1 and PlayStation Portable games. These videos did not include any commentary and would accumulate up to 20 views per video. It's also estimated that around this time he was studying philology, which is the study of language, and more specifically English and German, which would be studied at his local university. 1 year later, on February 16, 2010, the channel's slow shift to RuneScape-focused content would begin, with a 23-second video that showcases the loot from 150 Desert Striker worms. Several months later, and after the release of Frost Dragons, another video with a similar structure would be uploaded. Within a week, this video would gain 70,000 views and foreshadow what his channel would become. It was from here that Dovydas would continue to follow the same pattern of uploading videos focused on PS1 and PSP games until the release of the Revenant Caves in 2011. As there was very little coverage on this update and the drop rates were relatively unknown, Dovydas decided to take matters into his own hands, and on February 2, 2011, exactly 1 day after the Revenant Caves were released, Dovydas showcased himself killing 50 Revenant dragons, which is the strongest of all the Revenants. And in similar fashion to his previous videos, this video was primarily focused on the loot that was obtained. Allegedly, 4 more videos were uploaded within the time span of several months covering the Revenant drop table, which would boost EraserGaming to over 1 million total views, and prompt Dovydas to remove over 750 PS1 and PSP gameplay videos as he began making a transition into RuneScape content. Also within this time period, he would go on to make a second channel under the name of PC Trainers, where the general focus of this channel was to show the viewer how to make single-player mods for various different games. Dovydas' dedication to creating YouTube videos was made clear on May 16, 2011, as he announced he will be releasing a series of 10-hour loot videos, and behind the scenes, he will begin working up to 16 hours a day. This would be his first step in a very successful but considerably unhealthy career.
Maybe in 2 days, maybe in 3 days, I'll start making this series, and I'll be, every day a different boss. I'm gonna be showing you results, and in 7 days, I'll see how much I can do in 7 days. So yeah, that's what we will see. And here we go, we're back to the sexy voice again.
And so for the following year, his channel followed a pattern of loot and other vlog-style videos, and I think it's fair to say that these videos were like no other. While most RuneScape videos covered gear setups, or were simply a compilation of PvP kills, Dovydas' birth of loot videos brought a much sought-after, analytical PvM-style videos that the RuneScape community had not seen. Next year, Dovydas would finally start making money from his channel, and although creators that lived in Lithuania could not monetize their videos because monetization was simply not available in their country, many people found a loophole to this and partnered with networks such as Machinima, which is stationed in the US. And what these networks usually did is claim your videos in exchange for a cut of the revenue, which is exactly what Dovydas did. So on April 2012, EraserGaming became a profitable and promising venture, as there was now something to show for it. It was around this same time that Dovydas would drop out of his university, and with perfect timing, as he could find success making RuneScape videos like the creators he had previously admired. This cash flow was evident to the viewers as almost 1 month later, Dovydas' audio quality would improve tremendously as he began using a new high quality microphone that would allow him to stand out from most other channels. That and his bassy voice would only serve to gather a larger following. Next month on the 21st, Dovydas would go on to release his first question and answer video. We would learn a bit more about who EraserGaming really was, his name, his country of origin, and his personal life.
Hey friend, I wanted to ask you, what do you do in real life when you don't play RuneScape? Do you have any hobbies or play any sports? YouTube and RuneScape is my job, okay? People need to understand that, and the more I do this, the more I get paid. I try to spend all of my time, all of my weekends, all day, all I do is make videos, think of ideas, play RuneScape, and because the more I do this, the more I get the views, I get more money.
Just over 1 year after Dovydas' channel got monetized, he would go on to purchase his first apartment that he had bought through the money he had made from his channel. It's also here that we learn that he's making around $3,000 a month, which is more than most doctors earn in his country.
So I was getting paid really a lot for machinima compared to what people make in here in Lithuania. I was getting paid like more than doctors get paid. You would assume it's nothing much, you know. 3,000 would probably be more than doctors would make in this country at least. So it's nothing much to people who live in England or the United States, you know, but yeah. So you can actually make a living from YouTube.
With the growth of his channel and his sphere of influence expanding, during September of 2013, the owners and developers of RuneScape flew Dovydas and 9 other influencers out to Jagex headquarters at Cambridge, United Kingdom. It was here where him and 9 others were given the player moderator status, which is a status given to a select few players trusted by the company that allows them to report and eventually mute rule breakers in the game. This status will no doubt give newly found responsibility to Dovydas, knowing his actions and videos somewhat represented Jagex. Later on during the same year at RuneFest 2013, which is a RuneScape convention ran by Jagex, EraserGaming won a Golden Gnome Award, which is an award given to top influencers. He won the category of Best Guides, but unfortunately, as Dovydas did not attend, the physical Golden Gnome was meant to be given to him possibly through mail, but it never arrived due to the lack of coordination from Jagex. Over the next 2 years, the channel name EraserGaming would be changed to a friend, and the channel would steadily grow from 20,000 subscribers to a whopping 200,000. At this point, a friend will be regarded as one of, if not the top, RuneScape creator, and to celebrate on April 26, 2015, a friend would release his second question and answer video, giving the viewers a follow-up to his previous Q&A and allow us to see what had changed in his personal life, but we would find out that not much outside of RuneScape and YouTube had changed.
Do you have a girlfriend or a wife? I hate when people say a wife because that makes me feel so old, but no, I don't have any of those. At the moment, actually, it feels like it would be a waste of time because currently I am just focusing on making videos, and maybe eventually my mind will change. You know, some people don't want kids, but eventually 5 years later they have a kid because they start wanting them. What do you do in real life besides playing RuneScape? I don't actually do too much. I don't go out too much. I play RuneScape pretty much all day, and I go to buy food so I don't die. And when I go to buy food, I actually pick a shop that is very far away from me, so at least I get some kind of exercise. But yeah, that's all. I mean, I cannot think of anything.
It was also around this time that the tension between Russia and Ukraine was peaking, prompting countries like Lithuania, which is where a friend lives, to militarize. This meant that compulsory military service was reinstated, meaning that select Lithuanian citizens would have to receive mandatory military training for 9 months. And as luck may have it, a friend received a letter in the mail saying that he would have to be drafted to attend mandatory military training.
And for those who don't know, I actually received a letter from military saying that I will have to do mandatory military service for 9 months.
He immediately received support from creators and viewers alike, as he would have to halt all video production for 9 months and most likely lose half of his audience on YouTube by doing so. But with some quick thinking, this situation was averted by a friend stating to his immigration office that he lived in a different country while actually staying in Lithuania.
What I did instantly is I went to migration office and I told them, hey guys, I'm actually going to be moving to Latvia next week. Can you change my living location to Latvia because I'm no longer going to be living in Lithuania? So they did. So officially for like 4 months now, I'm not living in Lithuania. I'm actually living in Latvia. If anyone looks me up, what they see is that, okay, this guy's living in Latvia. Let's skip him. Let's move on to someone who's living in Lithuania. But actually, I live in Lithuania.
While all seemed great and a friend could continue making videos, another issue was soon to come. Later in the year, on September 14th, a friend uploaded a video titled Top 10 Fish Loot, which included screenshots of expensive in-game items obtained via phishing. And as you would expect, phishing or password stealing is heavily against game rules. On this same day, a friend's player moderator status would be revoked, which symbolically meant he was no longer endorsed by Jagex. And although it may be uncorrelated, after this day various screenshots would emerge of a friend saying and doing some things that some would consider controversial, but others liked this as it felt that he was somewhat unleashed and allowed all parts, including the controversial areas of his personality, to flourish. Nearly 1 year after losing his player moderator status, at RuneFest 2016, a friend would go on to win Top Old School Video Maker. It was also at this point that a friend would focus primarily on making old school RuneScape content, which would mostly be done through his Hardcore Ironman series, where he would play RuneScape as, well, a hardcore Ironman, meaning that he would lose the ability to trade with other players, and dying in an unsafe location in the game would revoke his Hardcore Ironman status. It should be noted that he had previously made pseudo Ironman accounts on both RuneScape 3 and old school RuneScape, but now that the game mode was made official, not only did it make things more interesting to watch, but you could also see where he fared compared to other hardcore Ironmen. And this game mode is what a friend would focus on for the following year, as he would continue to upload videos demonstrating on how he had progressed the account in a sort of vlog style format. He would continue doing this until 2017, which is also considered the year a friend fell from grace. It should also be noted that this same year he received 2 bans on RuneScape. One, for using a third-party client that RuneScape's anti-cheat system flagged as a botting client, which is a program that essentially plays the game for you. But this was quickly resolved as a staff member of Jagex found out that the client was not one used for botting, but instead simply changed the textures in-game. The second time was for abusing a bug that allowed players to reproduce a somewhat valuable item. This was only a 2-day ban, and he would later upload a video demonstrating that he had dropped all reproduced items, and the purpose of abusing the bug was to show his audience how harmful the bug was to the game before it was patched. But what came next was much worse than any other ban. On September 8, 2017, a friend uploaded a video titled, "This is how it ends." He had finally died on his Hardcore Ironman account, meaning that he could no longer compete with other Hardcore Ironmen. And as many would quickly note, his uploads would begin to slow down as he had possibly lost his motivation to make videos. There was some hope though, as 2018 started with a poll asking his audience if they'd rather see him play on his old Ironman account or create a new hardcore Ironman, and out of 41,000 votes, 63% voted in favor of creating a new account. And so he did, but where his first Ironman account lasted nearly 1 year before it died, this one did not even make it a month. His next video would receive severe backlash as he announced he would be including in-video advertisements twice a month that would last around 30 seconds. I should add that it was from this point onward that most of his videos would have a 50-50 like to dislike ratio, and his next video, just like the last one, would also receive extreme backlash as it was clips of a livestream he did receiving in-game donations from fans and promised that the items he received in-game would be used to make content. But many of his viewers disliked this as they felt he was selling out, or he would use the items to further himself personally rather to make content. And the first video he uploaded of using the donations only served as a catalyst to fuel the hatred and distrust building up in the community, and is easily the most disliked video on his channel, as he was knowingly giving his donated wealth to players known for scamming to gauge their reaction. So now the players that donated felt that their money hadn't gone to creating interesting content, but rather feeding the most untrustworthy players in RuneScape. From here, the uploads will come to a crawl. Where a friend would once upload every 2 to 3 days, now he would only upload a video every week or so. He would also address this in a video stating that he was beginning to consider the mental health of playing such long hours and the lack of updates that the game has to cover.
Hey, what is up guys? My name's a friend and I just wanted to make a video because a lot of people have been asking what the hell is happening with the upload schedule, because it's sometimes I upload to like 3 times in a week, sometimes I don't upload for like, I think it was like 9 days at some point even. So basically maybe like 6 months ago, I stopped playing RuneScape 16 hours a day, because I think most of you know that I used to play RuneScape really a lot, especially when Hardcore Ironman came out. I really no-lifed. Like sometimes I would play like 18 hours every day and I would lose sleep, and pretty much what would happen is me playing RuneScape all day, go to bed, wake up, play RuneScape again, and it's not really healthy.
He would then create his third Hardcore Ironman account, and for a while the videos received somewhat positive reviews, as some would cite it was a return to form. But this account would see the same fate as the previous 2 and only last about 2 months. It was soon after this that a friend would take on a gambling site as a sponsor and would upload a video advertising their services, where it was estimated he was offered anywhere from $40,000 to $100,000 for this one video. And not even 24 hours later, he would take the video down and all of his accounts would be permanently banned. And the problem with the website he was sponsoring is not that it endorsed gambling, but rather it encouraged real-world trading, which is heavily against the game's rules. And again, a friend would apologize to Jagex and his community, saying that he needs the money as he's moving to the Netherlands to live with his girlfriend of 7 months.
Which sucks, because if you watch my stream, you know that I have a girlfriend for like 7 months, and I'm moving to Netherlands actually in 1 month to live permanently, completely. I sold out everything I had here. Just go to Netherlands and live, never come back here.
And from this, we learned that Jagex will let him play the game again, but only on new accounts, as all of his previous accounts will remain permanently banned. And during the recording of this video, he has yet to upload a video since, which from my understanding, this is the longest he's gone without uploading a video for a very long time. With the entire RuneScape community watching his next move, the story of Dovydas Macys, or a friend, is an interesting one. For those wanting my perspective about what's going on with his channel and what I think about his girlfriend, while I don't know his girlfriend personally, I kinda agree that it won't help his channel, but I do hope it will help him as a person, because the way he was working up to 16 hours a day and doing nothing else sounds unhealthy, and it's an easy way to get depressed. So I think a break from YouTube is actually a good thing, but then again, I am a bit biased because I am a veteran viewer of his and also a fellow content creator, but at this point I care more about him than his content. I mean, it is sad to see what he's done with his channel and his community, but I'm happy to see that he's found someone that makes him happy, you know? So yeah, that about wraps it up. This has been the rise and fall of a friend. Thanks for watching.